Miami Dolphins owner Stephen Ross is sticking by his leadership, even as the team stumbles through a tough, disappointing first half of the season. Head coach Mike McDaniel revealed Ross's stance this week, giving fans a rare glimpse behind the scenes of a team in turmoil yet filled with determination. What we're seeing is a clear picture. Ross isn't one to throw in the towel on those he believes in, and that includes McDaniel and general manager Chris Grier. Yes, it's been a brutal start, and the losses sting, but Ross is committed. McDaniel captured this well, saying Ross is incredibly supportive of his chosen team. Sure, Ross wants wins, like any competitive owner would, but he believes in the value of the process. He's willing to back his people and see where this season takes them, even if the current results are falling short. McDaniel's journey with Miami has been far from ordinary. Hired in February 2022, he was a breath of fresh air, the architect fans hoped would lead them back to glory. His first 2 seasons? Not bad. He took them to the playoffs twice, but that postseason victory remained elusive. He brought excitement and promise, even if they didn't get the payoff they needed in the playoffs. And now, with a 2-5 start that's left fans frustrated, McDaniel's overall record with Miami stands at 22-19. It's not catastrophic, but it's certainly raising eyebrows. Ross is clearly invested in McDaniel's vision, evidenced by a contract extension this past August that locks him in until 2028. So, we're not seeing the typical knee-jerk reaction here. McDaniel has time, but the clock ticks louder with every loss. While McDaniel seems to have found some stability, the bigger question looms around Chris Grier. He's been a fixture with the Dolphins since 2000, becoming general manager in 2016. But after almost a quarter century, could this rocky season spell the end of his long tenure? Dolphins fans are all too familiar with the roller coaster of emotions this team brings, and the growing doubts around Grier are not new. Many wonder if he's the right person to shape the roster Miami desperately needs. The issues are glaring, flaws in the roster are surfacing at every game. Fans have been vocal, pointing out that Miami's backup quarterback situation feels like it's been neglected. And then there's the injury problem, a recurring theme that only adds to Miami's frustrations. The Dolphins gambled on players with shaky injury histories, and the risk isn't paying off the way they'd hoped. What's worse, recent draft classes have been almost invisible on the field. It's a painful realization for fans who watch young talent come and go without making a mark. Sure, we've seen some flashes of brilliance from running backs Devon Achane and Jalen Wright, but outside of that, it's been slim pickings. Where's the fresh talent? Where's the depth? Every team needs rookies who can step up, fill in gaps, and add that spark. Instead, the Dolphins find themselves staring at a roster that lacks the punch it once had or was supposed to have. If the Dolphins don't turn things around, Grier might be out. That's the reality. Right now, Ross seems content to stick with his brain trust, but there's an unspoken limit to his patience. The question becomes, how long can Ross tolerate the inconsistency? This isn't just about the standings. It's about what's happening behind the scenes, the decisions in the war room, the strategy that's either going to give Miami a shot at the playoffs or drag them to a brutal season's end. If there's no rally, no fire to salvage what's left of the season, Grier's job could be on the line sooner than later. Ross's support is clear, but how much longer can this season slide before changes come? Will the Dolphins respond, find that elusive rhythm, and start winning, or are we just waiting for the inevitable shakeup? With each game, that answer inches closer. The season may not be lost, but it's on shaky ground, and everyone, from the players to the coaching staff to the front office, knows it. The heat is on, and every fan feels it too. So, what comes next?